Alright, you guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Idiot Burns, Mr. Mistake Maker, plenty of names. And today we're testing out the Diezel Herbert by Synergy. And it's a 2-channel preamp module. Works in the Synergy stuff and any of the old MTS like Ignator and Randall stuff. But what we have here with the Diezel is we have 2 channels, one blue channel, one red channel. Both share universal bass, mid, and treble tone shaping knobs, but they have their own separate mid cut knobs right here, which can be turned off and on. So one channel can have it, and then maybe a little bit later on, that channel doesn't have to have it, and that kind of thing. And then a gain and volume individual for each channel, as you can see here. I've found this is this red channel is pretty good for. I would say it's pretty good for a thicker sound, a lead sound or a sludgy sound, but it's not as articulate, though it can be dialed in to be. It doesn't seem to naturally vibe that way. It seems like more of a solo channel, big and boomy. But the other channel, so far from my playing, seems to have a lot of attack and a lot of grunt. I'm going to show you some interesting things about the characteristics of this Herbert amp. Some of the things I'm going to show you are just interesting response you get in certain knobs, and we'll talk about that as we go into it. So first, let's just with the knobs, I wouldn't say straight up and down, but just a touch extra bass and treble and a little bit less mid. Let's go on over to channel 3. Let's have the mid cut off to begin with. Here we go. Okay, so we'll talk a little bit real quickly about the effects I do have going in this system. And what that means is I'm running the cable into my Line6, going into a noise gate, which you can see matters, and going into a boost, like a tube screamer. Matters a little bit as well. I have a wah in there in the front end, and I have a chorus in there, but they're both turned off. I could, if I wanted to, show you guys the sounds of the wah at some point. But to begin, I wanted to tell you that there are effects, and right after those effects, it sends into this unit, and that unit sends back out in stereo for another set of effects where I have a very small amount of delay and reverb, or if I turned them off and then turned them on, it's very small. You can almost not even notice it. So that's what I have going on. Okay. Still in the blue channel. Everything's been blue channel so far. see, you can roll the gain back. You can turn the booster off and roll the gain way back. Way back. You can put in between position, you're still. You do not leave the edge of breakup. You could say clean, edge of breakup. And put the boost on now. Put it on the bridge pickup. So yeah. Well, I'm in drop D, so I'm not going to be playing that very easily. But there's no clean to go back to the clean spot on that song. That's the thing. It's just brutal, though. It's brutal. So what we're going to do now, we're going to play even lower. But I'm going to show you something. Bump this up. Why does that bass seem to make the... Let me try it a little bit higher up, back to... Just listen. Why does this make it more brutal as I dial it up? You guys hearing that? I don't know. Am I the only one hearing this so far? Probably. But, really, listen. It's not as aggressive and gnarly. It's not just the bass is getting boomier. I feel like it's getting more aggressive. You tell me if that's something you're hearing. I feel like it's almost like here's the bass area and you're pushing it up and you're pushing the gain, and here's the midsection and they're overlapping in a way that's creating something gnarly. Okay, so you push that up. Listen. Versus, it's not just the bass. But now. Okay. Okay. Sounds sick, right? Here's the thing. We haven't even gone over to the red channel yet. We've done all of this. Without even going to the red channel. Let me just turn these off. And let's see if the red channel is that much different. Okay? Red channel, right? Blue channel. things I want to talk about real quick is, if I was using that setup live, it would sound amazing, right? It would sound amazing. But the thing is, if I was using this setup live, it's not just that I can get amazing volumes. I haven't even started to turn this up, right? It's not that I can get amazing volumes. It's that with it, the way I have this button right here, number 5. It's basically a mute button. You know what I mean? Listen. Done. And that is like, I don't know. It's just nice to me. Another thing about it is, if you have a Kemper, or if you have a Line6, and you hit the switch, there is seamless continuity of audio. Let me talk about that. Seamless continuity of audio provided in the Synergy switching from channel to channel is something that is really, it's just not offered very often these days. And it's not something you get in the modular market. Now, I have not personally played with the Line6 Helix, and it's something I would like to play with. But I'm going to guess that the loading of the 2 different presets takes a millisecond, and it's not as fast as this analog way. And I wish there was a way to make it analog switching. What that would require is you would have 4 Axe effects systems running inside of there that get switched to with an analog switching system. I don't know, it's just an idea, but okay. All that nonsense aside, the MIDI stuff, all these things that come, the features that come with this setup are great. Now, something I wanted to do is, first off, I wanted to show you how crazy those channels sound compared to each other. With the same EQs, be it an extreme EQ, but a tasty one. So what am I going to do? What am I going to do next? I'm going to show you that when I boost this gain, and I put the mid cut on for channel, the red channel, what I get, very solo worthy. Tons of compression. Now, listen to this. This is the channel 3. Do you hear anything? No. Here's this channel. I found it requires or enjoys having a gate turned on here, because without that gate, here's 3. You hear a little bit, that blue channel. And then at the same time as that blue channel, you hear the red channel. Now on this lead channel, it has a gate after the preamp. I found that's nice. But is it necessary? Probably not while you're playing. But it is nice. And it sounds really good on this channel. But with this mid cut being down here, it does something tasty to the sound. What it does is, it, like I was discussing earlier, is it kind of spreads out those tones and sharpens and gives an edge to those tones. Not so much a fizz, but like an edge, right? Like we know when you dial it down, there's nothing, it's the same. But when you add a little bit, it's kind of giving it like a spread, a sound spread, a little bit more tack. You're not putting a ton of tack on it, but you're putting some. And that's nice. Okay. So, that being said, here we go. One channel and another channel. The blue channel, neck pickup. Okay. Okay, and now I want to kind of just play up in that. I'm not trying to play anything amazing. I want to play up in that register and listen to it. Here we go. But with some wah. Okay, guys? With some wah. This is the red channel. And the blue channel. Because the mid is gone, it doesn't quite react the same. Let's see if when we bring some of the mid back and we put it on the same setting, if it does react a little bit better. It might not. I do think if you go to the other channel, it's got more like gain and more compression, and it just does the solo thing better. I do find one thing interesting about this amp is the notes blend together. They don't have a separation. They really blend together, but they could become connected. Two notes can kind of sound like one thing. Okay, that's what I'm finding. Now I want to do a little bit of the rhythm chunk on the red channel and see how it does the mid scoop thing. Okay, guys, and we'll bring the rhythm. Bring the gain to a little more rhythm-friendly volume. Okay, let's try this. Pull this guy off. and that is to dime it out, 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 dime it out. Now is I'm gonna, with it dimed out, play with the mid cut. Then after I'm done doing that, I'm going to reverse the dime on each one of the tone knobs one at a time. And I'll start with blue channel. The mid cut when everything's done. Now let's do a little bit of playing with cutting each one of these. Cool. That was the bass. Let's try it with the mid. Okay, let's do it with the bass again. Turn this off. Okay. So it has an effect somewhere in the lower mid-range, mostly. Speculation, speculation. try the middle range. Way cool, you guys. Way cool. Way cool. Well, let's just start with the high. That's a really cool, really cool module. I like it a lot. There's really, I'm sitting here and I'm asking myself, is there something I'd change? And I'm trying to think if I would do anything to this, would I? And since I love it so much, it's hard to say there's something. But I have an idea. And it's just an idea. My idea would be this. If the module had the bass, it had these gains, just somehow this gain was over a little bit more. Right? These just over a little bit more. Or these were just over a little bit more. And right here is the bass, and right here is mid blue and mid red. And you have two different mid options. That would be cool. Now I think it's probably impossible because of how there's gain stacking going on and all that. It's probably not possible, but that's just an idea. What do I think of this amp? I think it's like the blue channel is like a really gnarly metal hard rock beast, and the red channel, while it could be an even more aggressive version of that, I think what you would do for that is even dial it back more. But when you really have this thing pushed up, you get compression, and it's sick for lead. And I think you can dial a sound where the mid scoop changes the gnarliness so that it's not a rhythm gnarly, it's more of a fizzy lead gnarly. And that's where, when this is just in a little bit, you're getting some widening, you get that fizzier, kind of sustainy lead sound. And when this is dialed up in the blue channel, it really spreads that tone out and really gives you some girth. And I think the settings I like are close to here, close to here, just roll back a little bit like this. And that's what I've been really liking. This in here, this in here, and this range. And the reason why is because it's just that's actually down. This is actually a good range right here for the lead, and this is a really good sound for the blue. You guys are probably looking at the back of my head a whole bunch in this video, but you know, That's what I found, and that the gain on the blue channel is cool here. So these would be my settings, and I will leave them. And what I'll do is I'll just kind of show you what I mean, a little show you what I mean on that, and then we'll be out of here. Guys, hope you enjoyed. Hope it wasn't too much talking, but this was meant to be kind of you watching me play with the amp and the different sounds so you can gain some knowledge. I'm calling this part 2 in my series on the Diezel Herbert, and if you want to catch more, there's going to be a part 3 where what I end up doing is getting into this amp versus other amps like the Ultralead or other modules that I have, like these guys up here. So that'll be coming up next. I don't want to let the cat out of the bag on that, but maybe I'll start with the Steve Vai and comparing it. I don't know. Do a few different things. See how close I can get the Deliverance to the rhythm channel sound. Stuff like that. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed. Do leave a like, do subscribe, and thanks very much you guys.